Now, it was a dream gift, a motorised wheelchair that was supposed to allow a disabled dad to enjoy trips to the countryside and the beach with his family.
But it's turned into a nightmare 4-year legal battle because the tank chair imported from America didn't work. Now Jim Starr from Dorset says he's lost all hope of getting his chair back or any refund. With more, Richard Slee.
Christmas Day 2010, and Jim Starr is trying out his new tank chair. At first he's delighted, but then there's a problem. And it was the same on Boxing Day during a trip to the beach at Weymouth. After just a few minutes, the machine dies. We filmed Jim a few months later, when the DVLA told him he might need a special tracked vehicle licence. The machine worked for a short while, but Jim says it stopped again. A year later, the tank chair, worth £14,000, was shipped back to America for repairs.
They reckon they could turn it round within 2 weeks and get it back to us. They collected it, and now they're demanding thousands of pounds in costs, which they say I agreed to, which I never.
This is Brad Soden, the owner of Tankchair. We've seen hundreds of pages of emails and seen and heard Skype and telephone conversations in which he admits there is a problem with his product.
I've got millions of dollars in chairs around the world, all of them toast.
The problem, he says, is a circuit board made in Dorset that overheats and then buckles.
I'm the only one that ever ran that much current through it.
Brad Soden claims that PG Drive's technology, now trading as Curtiss-Wright here in Christchurch, replaced all the circuit boards and, in his words, also paid him a whole lot of money, indicating that the tank chair is now working. We asked Curtiss-Wright to confirm that situation, but the company told us it hasn't received any claim or demand from Tankchair regarding Jim's problem, and so therefore it wasn't in a position to make any comment. We also asked Mr. Soden why he was keeping Jim's tank chair. In a statement, he told us he's not able to comment because of pending litigation. Brad Soden has also not responded to the US version of trading standards.
He's admitted there's a problem. He's taken 3.5 years to repair it, and I've lost all faith and hope in the company, and I just want a refund, and I want to finish this bad saga in my life.
Jim can't afford to sue Tankchair, so for now he can only watch his home videos and think of what might have been. Richard Slee, ITV News.
Grab a hold of your chair, man. Keep onto it, because we're coming out with a 2-horsepower motor, basically doubling what you have on there right now.
Yeah.
And once that gets there, I'm gonna ship you off some 2-horsepower motors. And if you think you can go a lot of places now, wait till you put those on.
Wow, what about the batteries? Will they still be alright with the 2 horsepower?
Oh yeah, no, this is all gonna be done. I set up with the horsepower that comes through the motors. The cool part about the PG drive is that anybody that has the PG module, I can send them the program, and then they are able to download the program into your driver system, and then basically they can read the door. So if you update the tank chairs down the road, then you have to buy another chair. We actually built this chair, for 5, 6, 10 years down the road, so it's constantly updatable. Well, it's one of the things to do with new motors. that I can email the program off to anybody that has that encoder. They can just download it on your chair.
Oh, brilliant. There's a place next to which deals with PG drives, which is about 100 miles from here. So that wouldn't be a problem transporting it up there.
Okay.
Before we go on about the light bar, Brad, before we go on about the light bar, because there's something really seriously concerning me. Before it was sent out, you were saying you had problems with the light bar and everything, and the capacitor was blowing one thing and another. You also said that you said that there was you managed to save some money on the actual changing over to these PG drives or whatever, and the money we paid, you can do the light bar with it as a prototype. Liz has turned around and said now you want nearly $2,000.
Don't worry about Liz. That was bad communication on her and my part. Jeez.
Thank you, because I've been so worried.
I don't know how to put this politely, other than my wife is getting sicker and sicker, and she's taking a lot of medications. That's why I pretty much fired her.
Profile 1. Press the profile button. Not going up there. Turn it over like that. Carry on up a bit more. Is that locking up? Yeah, it's lost all power. And is that stuck? Emma, can you bring the camera up? Keep it recording, walk on up. There you are. There is a tank chair where an 8-year-old kid can't even operate it because it gets stuck.
Is that stuck at the moment, Leo?
Yeah.
Right, let me...
Show the powers on and everything. Press it and hold it across, Leo.
Hang on, Leo, let me come round because...
Just not turning, is it?
Right, left.
Keep it, hold it to the side. Keep it there. As you can see, look, it's physically locked up. Physically locked.
So he's got his hand on the joystick.
That's an 8-year-old, 9-year-old child. Can't even operate it because it's jamming.
So your hands
so are you stuck
all
now,
the way,
Leo, or can
all
you
the
go
way
forward and backwards?
So it's all the way to the left. So you can go forward and backwards.
But it will not turn, will it?
But it won't turn. That's it. That's it. Well done.
Turning on the hard standing, Leo.
Even on hard standing.
Even on hard standing. And hang on, just to prove, here's me on a standard NHS wheelchair. Turning away. Left.
And Leo, you try that joystick to turn.
Right.
So the tank chair that is supposed to take you where places.
Wheelchair.
Can't even do right.
The tank chair versus a bog standard NHS wheelchair, which is prescribed to me by my doctor. It's fantastic. That can't move and won't move. Thanks very much, tank chair.
You can't turn to face me.
We haven't put anything like a stick or anything in there to stop the wheels turning. Go on, Leo. Turn to the right. Just goes so far, clicks a few times and stops. One other thing as well, they say it's all-weather design and can go in water.
Rubbish.
Another thing as well, they say it's all-weather design. I went to PG Drives in Christchurch. Their controllers are not waterproof. They're water resistant. They
so that's
don't
splash proof.
They're splash proof. She said she would not advise, and they're not advised to be used in any weather more than a very foggy mist. Any rain or anything, they will short. They are not designed to be used in all weathers, and they are certainly not designed to be used in water. Oh, and another thing they picked up on, a mistake which a lot of wheelchair users make, the actual control unit, which is round by the batteries, you can't see it at the moment because obviously the seat's on, is put with the wires going down into it. That means any moisture which gets in runs down into the contacts, also shorten it. I tell you, they made a mess of this. They made a mess of my life. You don't believe it's. You wouldn't believe how much depression, how many times I've sat and cried because of the tank chair, and now all tank chair can do is ignore me. Sorry, it's not good enough. If my recommendation, don't get a tank chair. It's a waste of money. That is no more than a pile of scrap. Not even my kid, my 9-year-old lad, can use it because it's not working. It's the fastest speed. Go on, try again. Try moving forward. Back. Turn. Yeah. There you are. It's totally locked up.
So how can this piece of machinery get disabled people out
into the great outdoors?
Into the great outdoors. So everything it says on Tank Chair's website about getting out with the family and all this, that and the other,
it's false advertising.
It's false advertising on so many levels.
You can see it's not moving.
Nothing less.
How heavy is Leo? He's about 4 or 5 stone?
No, he's a bit more than that. I don't know exactly, but you can see he's 9 years old and he can't even make it turn.
Actually, Sky, could you go and do what Leo's doing?
What?
Come here.
Go and sit on it.
Ready, go in front.
Leo, stand around the side.
Chair.
No, she's 3 stone.
Sky, if you need to stop, you just let go of that. Go on, turn it.
So,
oh, there you are. Can't even cope with a 4-year-old.
This is a 5-year-old who weighs 3 stone. A 3 stone child.
Go on, turn it the other
cannot
way.
even make it turn. Nothing less than a full refund will solve this problem.
Or a replacement with a 2 horsepower after they test it to make sure it can cope with my weight. The most powerfulest wheelchair in the world will not even move a 5-year-old who weighs 4 stone.
So what would have happened if an adult was out on his own trying to enjoy the great outdoors in this so-called fantastic tank chair, and he gets stuck.
And breakdown. This has been faulty like this since we went onto the beach. As you can see, we've literally brought it. It's not even done 100 metres. Oh, one other thing I'll get Emma to show you is that it's still fully charged. Yes, still fully charged. Hang on, Leo. A little bit of condensation in there. Can you see that? Fully charged. On profile 5, top speed. As you can see, they gave me all the controllers for the light bar and everything, which has never come to this day.
Which is over 12 months ago.
Now we're going to have to get people on the farm to help us lift this back into the back of the van because it cannot be moved.
Point taken.
What a waste of money.